full house last time we were here. So we have a motion to approve the minutes.
Yes.
And do we have a second? Okay. Any discussion? It looked good to me.
Doesn't look good.
You're on camera here,
I
John.
can't get my
Keep it clean, keep it clean, John.
Oh, come on.
You know, it's
Come
not
on,
even
stand
an hour
up
after
and at
dinner.
least do a pirouette or something.
That was horrible.
You're fine.
No,
No.
when your shirt goes up, you should definitely do a pirouette.
You're good, you're good. All
I'm
right.
good, Jane.
Do you have any discussion? It doesn't seem that, you got a little sidetracked there. All in favor of approving these minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, the ayes have it. Now, there is an election of the chair and vice chair. What's our protocol?
So,
Nominations.
yeah, nominations. Someone would nominate something, and someone would second it, and then if someone else has a nomination, then they would make that nomination, and then you take the vote.
Okay. So we do one at a time here?
Right.
Yeah.
Nomination for
For
chair.
chair.
I nominate Mary.
Andrea, I think you do a wonderful job. I nominate you again.
Well, someone's got a
second
second.
it.
Yeah.
Someone has to-
Billy seconds him.
I'll second both.
Okay, so Billy second.
I can't get in trouble.
So then, Mary nominated Andrea. And then Billy seconded, okay. Okay. Then I think you would vote, do the vote for
Any
Mary.
discussion?
Yeah, any discussion.
Oh, any discussion? Would you like to?
Second.
No.
Okay, now you vote.
Okay, so now we take a vote.
For,
All in
yeah,
favor?
Mary, yeah.
Yeah, and do we need to find out if both people being nominated are interested in the position, or we don't do
Well,
that?
the person that was nominated you. I received the
Right,
position as you.
exactly. Okay, we take a vote. So,
Are we all in favor of voting
Thank you.
for Andrea Weinstein? Oh my God. Opposed?
all in
So
favor-
voted.
Okay, do we need to,
Now we vote for,
for Mary, right?
no, Mary,
No.
Mary, did you withdraw? Or no?
Mary voted for Andrew.
You
Yeah.
voted for Andrea.
You take the vote,
Okay.
so you have a count of both in the
I
minutes.
counted both in the minutes, I guess.
Yeah.
All those in favor of Mary for chair?
All right, so Mary.
Opposed? So voted.
I abstained, I guess.
Abstained. Does it? I don't know.
Does it add up to the present, people present?
No, because I didn't end up voting.
Well, it's counted as a
Abstention?
abstention,
Abstention, yeah, so.
so it adds up to correctly.
Julie.
Did, yeah, I voted.
You did vote.
Did you vote for Mary?
Did you vote for Mary?
Sure.
Well,
Two for
You
me.
nominated her. No, no.
Okay, so that.
Which stitch were you on when you voted?
It doesn't matter.
All right, so Mary and Diane voted in favor, I'm sorry, Jane.
Jane and Diane.
Jane and Diane, okay. Of Mary. And then Andrea, Julie, and Billy abstained.
Right, and the second.
And the
Yeah.
second.
Okay.
And it feels like we haven't done this ever.
Yeah,
it's been a long
And
time.
now we do a vote for vice chair.
The nominations for vice chair.
So I'll nominate Julie.
All right.
A second?
Second.
Bill seconds.
Any
Any other
Any
nominations?
other nominations?
Any discussion?
I actually have a question. At the last meeting, we talked about how our commission is going to be combined with another commission. So when is that happening, and is this vote kind of moot because we're gonna be combined? in
Right,
one?
because
Well,
We don't really know the
switching.
answer, I don't think we know
We
when
don't
that's
know.
gonna happen,
Okay.
We don't
but,
know the answer to that.
but that's-
Just figured I would.
Yes.
Yeah, no, you're right, but it's held up.
Okay.
right, so if that happens, then there would
Yeah.
be some other process. And
Are you looking for job
obviously
security?
not, you know,
No, it would be two
two
committees
commissions
together.
together.
Or a
and
raise,
then
what?
I would assume that we wouldn't all
Yeah,
on
well,
that,
it's,
so,
it wouldn't happen until July 1, I
Okay.
don't think, so.
yeah,
You'd
but,
have to have your ducks in order, so you still would have to have a chair and a vice chair for the Recreation Commission.
for now, right.
Yeah, for now.
Any other nominations? Okay, so,
All in favor of Julie as assistant chair?
Aye.
vice chair.
Opposed? None? Opposed?
I'm joking.
All right, thank you all.
Okay.
It was interesting.
On the report. Okay, so I just want to thank you all, and I will try to uphold your confidence.
Hi.
Hello. You have the Recreation Commission?
Yes,
Okay.
we just had some questions, so we'll just listen.
Hello. So this is back to public.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, you could probably go.
So we just went through public comment, but if you're here for public comment, we certainly can entertain if you had concerns that you wanted to bring or questions. Were you here to make a public comment?
Oh, we just had some questions about like the pool. We were trying to look up some information and to see if it's going to be opening, because we wanted to, or what the plan is, or.
Yeah, I mean, we would love to see the pool open. We have no answers at this point. There's been lots of discussion about what's gonna happen to that space. There's a building committee involved with Beecher, and it's not clear to us yet when a decision will be made. But for now, we have no pool. So
Okay.
we can certainly suggest community pools that would be available to them in
So is Orange still available? Because-
Yes, but you're a non-resident.
Correct, but, because I was going there, and at one point, they told me that they may not continue to allow Woodbridge residents.
Oh, that was when we were in conjunction with them, with our pool being closed and hoping that our pool would open.
Yeah,
So now it's at a point where
Right, but it's
that's gone.
not
What's
open.
open is non-resident fees. You may join. My wife joined. She belongs there.
okay, so
So you
they'll
can join.
still let us go in.
They'll still let you go in
Because I
there.
didn't want to go
Yep.
with the
Yeah,
kids
so
and
there's
not.
Orange, there's
Yep.
the JCC, those are the two.
Yeah, the
two places.
JCC, that was my question. Is that what the schools are utilizing now for swimming?
At
No.
Beecher Road School,
Yeah.
Beecher
no,
Road School?
currently there's not
No.
a
Oh, no,
program
they're not busing
No
the
swim
kids up?
program at Beecher Road
at
School.
this,
Oh,
at this
okay.
point. Yeah.
Because that would be a good place to go, it's close. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
But we've certainly, as a commission, we've advocated for the pool and we'd love to see it up and running again. But
Yeah, because I thought we
have
had
no
voted
appro-
to get it fixed, that's why I was.
There was an effort to, do you wanna take this?
Yeah.
Sorry,
I think your best bet is to go to the first selectman. Make an appointment to sit down with Mika Cardoza, the first selectman. Sit down with him and he can give you exactly the update of what's going on. From what I understand is it all bases on the committee at Beecher Road School, whether they get a new school or whether they redesign that school. That's where it's at. So we don't know what we're going or where we're going in what direction. Because if they get a new school, then that school would become like the recreational center and things like that. If they don't get a new school and they're going, this is just my understanding. If they don't get a new school, then they would revamp the entire area and build classrooms and things like that in that area.
Can they do a second floor on that building?
Yes.
Oh, they can't?
No, on the whole
Beecher?
building, no.
Oh, they can't do a
No,
second floor?
but the pool area can be, pool's area is big enough for upper and lower floor.
So,
Oh, you mean if they were to
If they were turning that into
So they could
classrooms,
build up,
they could,
But
you
only
know,
part of
it's
it.
big enough where they could do both. I believe it's big
They
enough
could
to
do
do both.
classes above it.
but this
Oh,
is
that's great.
definitely, beyond
Yeah.
our,
right, and
Yeah,
you're
but we-
talking,
No,
and
yeah,
you're
Yeah, so
we're
we're-
obviously talking years at this point.
Yes. I would
We
say, I
really-
would say,
yeah.
as the cogs of the wheel turn slowly,
I mean,
it would be a while.
I would agree that, contacting Mika and expressing your interest and questions is definitely a route to go. Yeah.
I think the public has to come out. The public has to come out and really put some pressure on the Board of Selectmen and everything like that, what we need and what we want, what we should have. Because I believe we should have a pool. I think it's so important. We had so many children playing there. We had the aquatic club, which was a big part of our pool. We had all these things, our swim programs and everything that we had. Our summer camp is really being hurt by not having an area to go to.
And our
We need one.
our selectman, Mika he was really in support of the pool, but there's so many decisions that have to be made, and financial decisions and all of that. So we still stay, we're hopeful, but there's nothing. I can't say, oh yeah, we have a plan. There's not a definitive plan.
And not to belabor it, but the town did vote to repair it, I
Yes,
thought.
and there were.
And so what happened?
So there were repairs, there's, a decision was made, some repairs were made, and then once the pool was filled, there were bigger problems, there were leaks, and then the pool, they couldn't continue. The pool had to be empty.
So they had,
if
yeah,
we
they
were
had,
moving
for
it
safety,
along
they had
so
to empty the
that
pool.
we could reopen the whole thing, and then all of a sudden just started to fall apart.
Oh, okay.
So now that the pool's been closed so long, I guess the stress on those walls would be too much for them, like that, they can't be refilled. So they have to, if they're gonna do it, they're gonna have to remodel the whole thing. It's over almost 60 years old. It's just a little bit younger than most of us, but.
I remember when it was built, and I was in that school.
Yeah, so, yeah,
And I
it's,
was a lifeguard. So we know.
so, we appreciate your interest and your enthusiasm, and we would love to see a pool.
Yeah, the public would
return.
have to step up to get it on the front burner. I think for this project to move on and get going and get some forwardness, the public's gonna have to come up and say, look, this is what we want, this is what we do. Because without that, and they don't see anybody pushing for it, it's just gonna stay back until it slowly gets done and they do other projects before that project is looked at. That's the way I see it.
Okay.
There are a lot of financial decisions that have to be made in this
But we
town.
used to discuss it at every meeting
Yes,
for
yes.
like the first 10 or 15 minutes.
Well,
And then we got to a point where it was gonna
It was
get
gonna
done,
happen,
and
yes.
then it fell apart.
Yes, yes.
well, and beyond, in going to the Orange Pool, see a lot of, old swim team friends in our era that still live in town, and, everybody was just like asking and stuff.
Yes.
So I was,
Yes,
there's a lot of questions. And
yes, understandably so. Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks very much.
And if you have any more questions, then just come back and we'll try our
Know where you
best. Or just call the rec office. You can call our office and just ask us and we'll give you updated information, whatever we have.
Okay, thank you.
You
And
can
you're
just
welcome to
sign in
stay
for
as
public
long as you
comment,
like.
name and address.
All right. So I was, maybe I should wait for the
That's okay, you go.
Okay, yeah, I was just gonna report, thank you all for your ongoing dedication here. And appreciate, Mary, you've been on this commission for a while in lots of different ways, so we appreciate all of your effort. So, I did want to mention that, last time I think we met, we talked about there was a steep grant in town, and we had met with the folks from the Coopop, which is, I see it's on our agenda, so I won't hop there, but, not hop to Coopop. But there's another steep grant, there are a few different steep grants that were being proposed. But the steep grant that the town decided to go with was a steep grant that was something underway through Human Services to improve upon, actually, is that letter in here? No. The letter's not.
No,
Okay.
I emailed it to everyone.
Oh, okay, excellent. So, it was to improve the, to make an accessible, bathroom down, this is near the gym, the town gym, and to make some improvements up on the second floor, because now the daycare is no longer here, it's in the church, so there could be some, nice recreational space that can be used by the community up here, but there's a lot of repair that has to be done. And to have a more energy efficient doorway system so that when you come in, all the air doesn't blow out, you know, we're not heating the environment, we're keeping the heat inside, so it was a more efficient doorway. There were probably some other things so we got short notice on Friday, I think it was, that Human Services was looking for a support letter from us, from any commissioners who would like to support the application for the steep grant. So at that point, John sent out a letter, heard back just from a couple of commissioners. I know it was very short notice. So I wrote up a letter, the commissioners that were able to give feedback, their name was included, and it wasn't meant to exclude commissioners. I didn't want to assign people's names to people who hadn't yet responded. So it was really just a support letter, along with other departments and other individuals in the town, accompanied the application for the steep grant. So we wait and see, and hopefully, I'm not sure if they'll find out the steep grant sometime this spring. I'm not sure exactly when. I don't know, but
Jackie wrote a letter too, right?
Mhm.
that's what that letter was about. And John wrote a letter as
Right.
well. Yeah.
Supporting.
Yeah. Especially when we found out that the steep grant that we were talking about doing wasn't going to be, we weren't gonna run with that one, so we wanted to get behind the steep grant that.
And the original one that we were talking about doing, remind me, that's around
The Pease Place?
Yes.
So it was a trail, an accessible walkway trail around the park. There was talk about a biking, a bike park, I forget what the term is, a bike park, a space that people could practice biking before they're kind of going out on the roads and learn about safety and that kind of thing. We thought of a few different things, but that trail was something that would have been very nice, so it could be accessible and could be used for biking or wheelchairs or.
so maybe for the next one.
Yeah, exactly, so that's a good point. So just because we're not applying for this steep grant, there will be work towards future steep grants. And I know Nicole will definitely be interested from CUPOP in applying for steep grants in the future. So there's always more, hopefully there's always more. Okay. In terms of I've been reporting on the Community and Cultural Center, which is supposed to be in what was the old firehouse. There's been a delay in the start. There's a delay related to contracting, and there has to be work done in the new firehouse for the shed, and there were delays in that, and our project hinges on that project. So there have been delays, there's been,
But that project's been going on for like
yes,
2 or 3 years.
it's been a while. So, yeah, so it's a bit frustrating. And, some ideas were bunted and suggested to our selectmen and finance officer to try to see if there's a way that we can keep moving forward, because the money has to get spent or we'll lose it. We don't want to lose it. So that's grant funding. So, I do believe it's going to move forward, but there's got to be some more brainstorming about when the ground can break ground. So we'll keep you posted on that. And I think that's all I have at this juncture. Yeah. Okay. We have no liaison here. The liaison report. Personnel. Do we have any personnel? No
No, there's
personnel.
personnel at this point.
The CUPOP grant discussion. I guess I just kind
You
of
just-
jumped ahead to that.
You got it.
Is there anything else to add to CUPOP?
No, we were at our directors meeting like this, and when Mika spoke about our grant for the CUPOP, for the slate and they're tracking everything.
Oh, right, the slate, right, you
That's
just
not gonna
had
be,
to.
yeah, that won't be part of it like this. It said, so they're gonna go in a different direction, which they are now with what you just spoke about.
Okay, okay. But
So,
again, perhaps.
next time.
Next time.
But
Right, the other
we'll have everything,
idea,
we put everything in order, and so next time when we come, we're ready to go.
yes, and the other piece of that was the slab, this universal multi-use
Universal
slab.
multi-use slab, which would be for pickleball, tennis, floor hockey, it would be for everything.
A water park,
A water park also would be part of it, so.
yeah.
And it would all be connected with the bike trails and everything like that, because so you can leave from one part of the park to the other part without having gone through the parking lot.
Yeah,
So.
very nice, okay. All right, the Technical Assistance Committee update, is that you,
So
Julie?
the Technical Assistance Committee for the Country Club of Woodbridge met this afternoon
Oh,
over Zoom,
oh.
but I had a full day workshop at work, so I
Oh.
could not attend. The recording of that meeting will be up on the town website. I'm not sure when, but they assured me that it would, because I said, maybe I can have time to listen to it
Yeah.
before I come to this meeting, but no such luck. And then the site walk around the Country Club of Woodbridge property will be held on Wednesday afternoon. This is the third time it's been rescheduled.
Ah,
Because first
this
time it
Wednesday.
rained, then it snowed.
Right, so it'll be this Wednesday
This
too?
Wednesday, the weather looks clear, looks like it will go on. I'm happy to provide an update after that walk, just, you know, if I learn any new information, I'm
Okay.
happy to, I'll email you, John, I guess, and you can send out an update to the group, just so everybody
Oh,
feels
great.
informed. There's no decisions that are gonna be made
Yeah.
at that meeting, but it'll be interesting just to hear what everybody else's impressions are. I mean, it would be great to have that as some recreation space. The challenge,
What happened when they had the meeting in town?
I don't know, they didn't update the rest of the committee, they just have the meetings, but they don't share anything with the group.
Hmm.
There's an outside company that's running stuff, but they're not sending out minutes of, you know, they're just, I don't know. The one major challenge I anticipate in whatever happens with the Country Club of Woodbridge property is funding, right? If we don't have permission to move forward on the old fire station, if we don't have permission to move forward on the great things that John has proposed to do, if we don't have permission to move forward with the pool, you know, I don't see how we're gonna get any funding to have a great recreational space at this property that probably needs a lot of TLC and money to make it into something that's really, really useful and enjoyable for the people of the town. That said, I will fight for the space and make sure that, you know, the wishes of the department and the commission move forward.
If you ever want any support, come with you,
Absolutely,
we'll be there, just let me know.
absolutely, I will. Yeah, so I'll keep you posted as to what happens on Wednesday, and then I'll let you know when this recording is available on the town website, so you can see what happened at the meeting this afternoon that I wasn't able to attend.
Yeah, okay. And in that vein of fighting for, we will continue to fight to make sure this
Yeah.
community and cultural center, you know, that the money does get spent for that purpose, which would really be helpful for rec, because it would really offer some nice space, you know, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Director's report.
Okay, the director's report. Health and Wellness Center, Fitness Center is doing fine, it's doing really good. One of our workers, John Vigliotti, has been taking the group together. I mentioned this before, but at least once a month, the entire seniors or whatever group that want, people that go there, they would like to, they go to a lunch. They'll pick a spot and they'll go to, they went to a Thai restaurant down in Derby, they've gone to Hamden, different places, and they would all meet. And they meet after one of the sessions is closing at midday, and they all go there. So it's really community involved. It's really the community coming together, the people of the town of Woodbridge come together beyond the fitness center, which it's supposed to do. It's supposed to unite people, and that's exactly what our fitness center is doing. The outdoor facilities are closed right now. Most of them are all closed like this because of the snow, ice, and everything like that. There's no way to get out to this. It's the first year, 3 years in a row, we've had the skating rink up, and 3 years in a row, we had a total of 8 days. And this year, it was just too much for us. We didn't have the liner. Liner came in after, a little bit late. We had ordered the liner almost a year earlier, and it took like 8 months to get. And when it came in like this, it was too late to get started. And this year, we probably would have had
Yeah, that's
beautiful ice skating.
unfortunate. I was
We would've-
thinking
we would've had
this
it
year would have
like
been
this.
great for ice skating.
Yeah, but that's when we put all our eggs into the universal slab in that area like that, and inviting to have something that we could always use. But there's
And
always
that way
next
we
year, we're
have
all
the
set.
air, that way we have the ice skating.
We're already,
You have the supplies for next year.
yeah, we have our supplies for next year, and we can, and put it up and go from there. The tennis courts are gonna be resurfaced in the spring. All the tennis courts are gonna be resurfaced.
All at the same time? Or staggered?
Well, they're staggered, they'll do 2 and 2. They'll do 2 first, when they're done, then they'll go to the other 2, like this, so you can play off on that. And then, also they're gonna resurface, I was putting in 2 pickleball courts over at the Allegri property, but Adam, the head of the Parks Department, said not to because he's gonna resurface that. And then when they resurface that, then we could put 2 going the opposite way. It's not a full basketball court, but we can have 2 pickleball courts also there going the opposite way, and they're playing away from the kids' playing area. Both sides where they play, there's, on one side there's just field, on the other side there's the shed, whatever it is, that they go under the area. So that's something that we could, that's just, I'd like to have all our areas be multi-usable.
Yeah.
You know, like instead of just basketball there, they could play this, and a lot of kids go over there with the little tricycles, and they go on, and that's what we were gonna build. We were gonna build a thing for that, but they still can use that one.
Sure.
And then we use the parking lot, in the spring we'll be using the parking lot again for chalk art. We don't charge anything for chalk art, we work with the soccer programs, they come, they tell us, they give their schedule, and then when they come, we have a sign up that says free chalk art, and we walk the children back and forth from the field there. It works out really nice.
Can I ask a facilities question?
Yes.
I know when, maybe it was when Mika was last year, we talked about, as we often talk about, the gazebo, and that parts are disintegrating, and you sent him some pictures of where things were falling apart, and do we have
They're
some
working
information?
on a grant for that, yeah.
Oh, a
The
grant for
gazebo.
that?
Yeah, that would fix up the gazebo,
Really?
so, yeah.
Do we know when the
I
grant,
don't
anything
know
like that?
much information. I know Allison told me that they were trying to get a grant to,
Well, they have to
Repair.
relocate the 4 families that live there inside the wood.
Yeah,
They have to-
you're so glad that, yeah,
the pictures were sent to them, and they're aware.
John and I were there, we
That's
got a
good.
first-hand look at that.
Yeah.
yeah, there's been little
But,
critters in there.
Yeah,
Good.
it's a little more than you
Okay.
see. You look at it and you see, and you say, well, we could just put a board here, but it isn't.
It's not.
It's rotted from the inside, so it's got, a lot of things have to come down so they can start from the middle and bring it back out and rebuild the back support walls.
Yeah, okay, thank you, thanks John for
Yeah.
following me up as well.
Because I mean, it's not safe for the musicians and whoever to stand.
Oh, no, it's safe enough for that, but if you keep letting it go like this, it's just gonna rot and it's gonna be more, it should be taken care of. Should have been taken
Yeah.
2 years ago when we first started asking about this one.
No, it's about 6 years ago.
Yeah,
It was
maybe.
many years ago, it was many years ago.
I was trying to be nice.
It's
Hands
gonna
of
be
mice and men.
an
Yeah.
Achilles heel.
We ask and.
Okay,
you know.
thank you.
Yeah.
Programs and sports.
Programs and sports. Our fall program was one of the best programs we ever had, way over 350 kids, and our winter programs did the same thing. Our advertising, or getting out there and getting all the people and coming to that, our programs. If you come on a Saturday, you'll see 40 or 50 parents on our basketball for the little kids like that. You go to gymnastics and you'll see half a bleacher filled with parents with our different programs like this. So our word is getting out there. We're doing a lot of it. John's doing a lot of blasts on the thing, and then letting people know like this. So we're already up to over 80.
86.
86
that is
already.
Less than a week.
Wow.
In a
For-
week.
In a
For
week.
spring, yeah.
For spring, we're already
Wow.
past that like this. And we opened up a new program. We're gonna open up a program on Fridays. We used to do stickball, but because of the baseball league being so popular and everything like that, they pull away. We're gonna do pickleball, indoor pickleball. We have the 3 badminton courts, which are identical to pickleball courts. And John and I are ordering orange tape that would just,
Yeah, came in today.
That-
Oh, that's great,
yeah.
people are gonna be
Yeah,
thrilled.
yeah, so we'll have that for the kids, so we'll get started on that level, and then we'll have the lower level.
So for the kids,
Mhm.
will it be available for adults?
At night, yes, it'll be opened up, so like we have badminton at night, we'll have pickleball at night. We can open it up.
So our listeners who, I know there's a lot of pickleball enthusiasts in this town, so that's really great.
Yeah, and that's a multiple use of a gym, again, we use it for
That's
badminton, we're
great.
using it for
That's terrific.
pickleball, we're using it for basketball, we're using it for indoor soccer. That's how
That's
you
great.
use it, you don't have to build 7 or 8 different buildings and parks, everything,
Right.
you build something and just reuse it all the time.
So that'll be a good news blast. Pickleball, additional pickleball courts coming soon.
Yep.
We'll keep you posted.
Well, that'll be 3 in there and 2 and when we get the basketball court over at the Allegri property finished, there's 2 more
Yeah,
that people can
Great.
use around the town.
wonderful.
And then we had the financial report. So there, look at it. We are a little bit over budget. Last year we were at 58.9%, we're at 65.9%. But if you look at it, you'll see that we didn't ask for much. And this is what just burns me a lot like this, that we don't ask for much recreation. We don't have a lot of waste and stuff like that. Yet they cut us $36,000, and that had to come out of somewhere. And that came out of our part-time seasonal account. And you see we have $299,000 this year that they gave us, but if you go back and look, we had $335,000. And they just cut. Why they cut? You know, who knows? They do things, you know, that I don't think are correct, and departments that should be cut don't get cut as much, but anyways, in that to do
So
it.
does this hurt programming?
Oh, yeah, it hurts a lot of things like this. Well, we keep our program going. We keep our program going like this, and then what we do is we put a lot of it under the revolving account. So we can run the programs like this that we don't have the money for. And that's what we do, we make it count. We ran a trip for bowling, we ran a trip, like these trips, and they pay for themselves. Like the ice skating, we needed 20. We got 19 kids. All right,
That's
so we're
great.
1 off, and that was great, I guess. But we needed a total of 40 for both projects. Well, we came up with the bowling. The bowling came up with over 30, 36, something like 36 kids like this. So that put us way over the top.
That's
It
fantastic.
covers everything. So that's what we do to keep going. We don't cut the kids out. We keep the kids going, and we'll find ways to make sure that the kids don't lose anything.
The reason that the percentage spent is higher is because the budget was cut.
Mhm.
So your spending is.
Spending's the
similar.
same.
Yeah.
The spending's the same, but we just got cut, money's out of the wrong line. Also, we got killed by Amity High School. Amity High School charged us $6,000 to go to Amity High School to have summer camp there. I thought it was outrageous to charge us that much like this, after all we do for Amity High School and all the fields we give them and everything. But $3,000 of that went to the nurse, which was excellent, because they have an excellent nursing staff there. That's one of the state things, when you go for a new state program, you have to have a nurse, and they provide a very good nurse there, and she also worked, we have a nurse that works for us when we're going back to Beach Road School. So that $3,000, I understand, but the $3,000 for using of the building for maintenance, everything like this and that, are you kidding me? We have a maintenance department of kids. We have Dave Cohen, who runs a great department with 4 kids. That place is spotless when you leave. And we had blow up water things on the outside this, and we had to move them around. You're talking, big projects, but we got it done like this. So the $3,000, that also hurt us.
Yeah.
So
This
that
year
would-
will be different.
Yeah, this
Right.
year's a little different. So
Yeah.
if you take those into account, we're 0.9% behind from the year before.
Is there any plan to make up the money that was cut? Like, do you think that we can make up those funds through some of the spring programs and or summer camp, or that we're just gonna be?
Well, we went up on all our fees. We went up on our fees. We went way up on our fees. We went up on our fees. We're still not as high as some of the other towns like this, but our fees went way up. We went up a lot. So we should be able to recoup in that area.
Okay.
Any other questions about finances? Policies and procedures, right? So we do have
Yeah, I was gonna say, you could talk about.
this general assembly, isn't it?
That's you.
So there's this, in our packet, this HB 6952, right, General Assembly bill. And just gonna take some notes, where, let's think about this. There's certain things that we have to make sure we are doing.
Of all the things that we have that have to be done that they put forward as, we have every single one.
That's what
We
I
have
was
done.
thinking.
We have everything. We have
Background check.
background checks, we have
CPR.
CPR, we have 3 people that are certified on our department there. We have a nurse, a
12.
full-time nurse, full-time for summer camp. We have everything. The only thing that they apply to do is if we don't get a license from the state, we can't call it a camp.
Right,
You can't call it, so you change the name.
What is with that?
yeah.
They want, see, Billy, it's like when you had teachers and they had to go get CEUs. Well, everybody had to pay money like this, $1,500 to the state, to the state, to the state. Well, now they want $891 for a license, but they want everybody to come up with a license. So you're talking maybe 10,000 camps at $891, you know, across the whole state. Sometimes $891 will break a camp. They can't do it because they have to get a nurse, they have to get background checks, they have to do all these things that we already do. Like this, so it's not gonna break us. So if they wanna do that and they want us to call it something else, we have the Woodbridge Recreation Summer Department.
A generic name like camp. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but
pretty,
that's-
That's like,
that seems like a pretty.
what's his
simple-
name, Riley, Three-Peat,
Yeah,
right? Nobody can use it because he patented it.
he patented it.
So,
Well,
do we
No, we-
need to be licensed, or no?
No, we
That's
don't
not something
need to
we-
be licensed,
So what
but
will we,
they've also made a mistake. They put, if you read one of the things what John and I got, one of the departments that they put it was gonna be under, you had more. on
Yeah,
that.
so the judicial branch wrote them a testimony. They wrote something about the background checks, how they wanted it done, and the judicial branch said we can't do it like that, so it's gotta be the bill's gotta be rewritten,
So
or
they're
that
go back to the right,
specific
'cause
part.
they didn't follow, they didn't, you know,
They didn't-
dot their i's,
Yeah.
cross their t's.
So this bill didn't get
So it's back into
Yeah.
committee, because it
Okay.
didn't go anywhere like that. But in the sense of being prepared, Dwight Rowan was really on top of us with that when he was part of the commission. He made sure that we got everything done the way it was supposed to be done, background checks and everything, and he asked every single time, even though we knew it, he would ask every single time, and we would answer every single time on camera that, yes, these people had background checks, they were like this. And of all the years that we've been doing this, for like maybe 10, 12 years we've been doing this, we've only had one that came back that we didn't allow to work because the background check didn't come in correctly.
So this is for summer of 2026, not summer of 2025? Did I read
This
it?
is, they wanna do this
Right.
for now, they wanna
For
do
this
this,
summer.
they
I
wanna
thought
do it
it's
for
for
this
this
summer.
summer.
July
But they're not
25.
going,
Okay.
I don't think they're gonna make
it
it.
starts as
The ratios, staff ratios, did you,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
they
They want
require,
it 1 to 12.
and we are,
Yeah, we're pretty high, we're like 1 to 6, 1 to 8.
right,
You know, we're way under that like this, and that's what we do. It's like when we went bowling, you know, we had 36 kids and 4 workers. You know, they're in an indoor place, it's, you know, you can't go
So we
anywhere.
won't have any problem getting the
Not a big,
certification. And I think it's important, because I think if it does pass through whatever the system is, I think if it's something that we can prove to parents that we have, it'll make the program more attractive.
yeah.
Mhm.
So,
that sounds right.
do you have thoughts about what we will call our non-camp, summer fun?
Summer of fun.
Wait, but can't we call it a camp if we meet
No,
all the
no.
requirements?
no.
Because of the license,
that's-
No, that's what
the
we're-
licensing.
But
Like-
they're claiming it.
They're claiming the word camp, the state is claiming the word camp.
Nobody can use it.
You can't use it unless you get a license. If you have a license, you can use the word camp.
Right, but if we pay the $891,
Then you can have the license, but you fall under every single thing that they have. They have to come in before camp, they have to inspect, all the inspections, everything they have to do, the things that we already
I
do.
just have a
We do all
sense
You
that
know, the courts have disallowed that. Like, companies fight to maintain their namesake, like Formica. It became generic. And the court said, yeah, I have some other product, but I call it Formica because it's a plastic laminate. And this is it's almost like if someone were to challenge us, I guarantee you they lose. They can't, you've owned the name Camp for how long?
Since I was in camp in 1964,
And I before you.
okay, Billy before me.
We went to Camp Cedar Crest.
That's
all
right.
Summer camp. You know,
Yeah.
and go back to the, almost the
I
40s.
don't know, I just feel like if we,
Julie, we jumped the gun one time with the pool. We got so nervous with the pool, you had to put in the special drains, and you had to do this, and you had to do that. So we did everything. Remember, we drained the pool, everything, so we put in the special drains, we did everything like this. And we were one of 3 towns in the entire state that did it. Nobody else did it, and guess what? Didn't have to do it.
Yeah.
They didn't, the state came through and said, it's like camp.
Someone will challenge it.
No one's gonna
It's-
challenge it. We'll go with camp. We'll go with camp until someone says, you can't go to camp.
But in the meantime, should we have a backup word for?
Right, what's the backup?
Just say any of, we're not gonna do it, only the new ones. We can't change the name. Don't you have it on all the paperwork and whatever,
On everything.
all right? So you can't afford the cost to change it. But any new activity will not be called camp.
What activity would we?
Well, that's it, exactly it.
They're gonna just call them
It
It
would
wasn't-
take
right.
less than 10 seconds to come up
Listen
with the
to
name of
me.
the
You
camp.
think so? I've been sitting here for 5 and I still.
It was a camp. It will remain a camp because it was a camp. But the new one that we start, which we don't have plans to, won't be called camp.
Right,
Formerly
okay.
known as-
It would be the
Informal
Woburn Recreation Summer of Fun,
Formerly known as.
something like that. That would be our new one if we started a new.
What would it be?
Woburn Recreation,
Club.
2025 Summer of Fun.
Ah.
6 weeks of Summer of Fun. And then it'll be 26 and 27, 28. And I'll come back and see you after 28 because I'll be with Billy. Going to full retirement.
I just get concerned if, you know, that parents who are looking for a camp program and they want that assurance of certification
Right.
might need that word. So I think it's just something that we need to be aware of.
Right. And since they're bogged down and sent back to committee, I don't see this happening right away. I don't see this.
So you
So,
should just,
There was a
Keep
lot
it
of
in mind.
testimony too from a lot of towns saying they already started advertising, they paid for
Yeah.
signs, and they were like, it's not fair that you're gonna,
right,
Like-
not for this year,
not for this year,
right?
yeah.
It's one
yeah,
thing 2026, but
Right,
people
right.
are,
yeah. So, I don't know.
so I imagine we.
well, we could come up with something like the Woburn Recreation Center of Amusement, Materials, but CAMP.
And
It's a different word.
how about
It's an interesting acronym.
encampment?
Encampment.
That doesn't sound so nice.
No, that doesn't sound too good. I like that.
Encampment, yeah. But
Community,
You don't wanna do bivouac.
here, Diane, this would be your
I don't
thing.
think
You
that
can
means
find out
anything
each
to
word that we
this
can put together.
Yeah.
Woburn Recreation
I'm on it, I
acronym.
can do
we'll
it.
have to change all the forms and just put.
That's all. We
periods
just, and
between.
we make it capital C, capital A with the little letters after
That'd be a
it.
good way to get it.
It's interesting. So I'm sure we will receive some advice or legal
Yes.
advice
Well,
on this, so.
We get it all, John and I check every day. We check every
Okay,
day.
so,
They'll
we're
tell
not-
you to pay.
okay. Publicity, anything else about that, or any other concerns or questions about that?
No, we did put a lot of big signs up at Beecher Road School. We had them, as you come into Beecher South, we had, instead of going out and spend like a lot of people do, they spend all this money at the sign company like this. I took the old signs from the Woodbridge Day, the Woodbridge things and things
Yeah.
like that, flipped it on the other side, and then went out and we bought stick-em letters,
Uh-huh, okay,
and we wrote it. Of course, somebody didn't know how to spell one word.
okay, well,
I left the letter out.
hopefully that was correct.
Well, it was actually,
It was
and the-
corrected?
it was corrected, we got it done. That's the first thing they did, I had up a blue check, a big sign of blue check, and it was up there, and it was only up there an hour, and somebody called Mika, and I went down there and looked, I said, here it is. Picked it up off the ground, took a thing, and it wouldn't stick. So I had to take the whole thing down, bring it back, put a new letter back on it, and put it back up, that's all it was. But having that sign there, you don't realize how many people see that sign.
I'm sure.
I remember
And they
going,
called Mika?
yeah, they
If
called
it
me.
was right, no one.
But I remember a
That's a
sign
great
going down,
location.
if you went down
Yeah.
where, was the Carvel used to be, just past it on the corner, there was a sign that said, if you see this sign, 32,000 eyes see this a day. That means two eyes per person,
Right.
16 people driving by all the time see that sign. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, there's a lot.
So that's what we did, but we got it out, we handed it out, every single parent we handed it to on Saturdays, after school, everything like that. And another thing that we do that, I don't know if other camps do it like this, but when we get them there, we have them drop off at our camp, we sign them in as they come to our camp for bowling, we sign them in for skating. When they come back, the parents are not allowed to take their kids. The kids are brought inside at Beaches School South, they're put inside the open area at the beginning. Each parent has to come up and sign their child out. They personally have to go up and sign it out. I think about 4 or 5 years ago, we had a father come who wasn't supposed to come, like this. He couldn't make it, so we had his wife do it. And he came and picked up the kid like this and left like that. And then she came and says, well, no, my husband couldn't make it today. So, well, he picked him up. No, he's not. He gets on the phone. What do you mean you're back from New York? So he said, you know what, from now on we sign, put the name down,
Good.
this is the person that got him.
Good, good.
And parents like it. Parents really
Yeah.
like it.
They like to see their kids taken care of.
They're safe,
Yeah.
we're
No,
safe
it's
at
great.
recreation.
More on publicity. I know, John, you've got things in the packet.
Yeah,
So that's part of it, signage.
yeah, there's the John
That's
signs,
important.
yeah.
Yeah.
Some of this is Woodbridge Town News, like the bus trips went in that.
And it's very exciting that the bowling and the skating did so well.
Yeah,
Well, also the bowling was Bobby Nugent. Who's Bobby Nugent? Bobby Nugent was a recreation kid. He was here at rec, worked
Yeah.
summer camp, worked after summer camp. He was part of recreation summer
Yeah.
camp. And he took us there, and that price he gave us was with lunch.
That's
2
great.
pieces of pizza and a cold drink. And the kids loved it. It was
That's
great.
That's great.
and the one that says Town News, I think page 17, that is what's going out this upcoming month.
Okay,
And the town newsletter that goes out to all the residents.
okay.
It's like a mix of youth and adult programs plus the summer concert sponsors. I was able to sneak that in there. And then I printed out some news flashes go out almost every other day. I printed out some of them, so I didn't print
Oh,
out all of
excellent.
them. But that's through our email system and then the town's website
Great.
as well.
You may think we're overdoing it, but what happens is you send out, let's say you send out 400 emails to people like this. Maybe of that, 50 actually read it. You send it out again. And at the end, you have about maybe 250, 300 that have read it because they saw it over and over again. And they, okay, this time I'll read it.
The
Yeah.
week before bowling,
Yeah,
we only had 4 people
4 kids.
signed up.
and then it was 36.
And then the next week, yeah, we had 36. so,
Amazing,
yeah.
amazing,
Yeah.
that's great. On the where people register for programming,
Yeah.
is there a place on there like, check your news flashes or changes in programming? Is there a place
Yeah,
on
on the
there?
homepage, I could put it up in the, there's alerts. Right now, I have the spring registration
Oh, great,
begun
yes.
alert. But yeah, I can put other alerts on there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
check your email
But check
because
your-
we'll
yeah.
keep you,
Yep. I will say too, a lot of parents, you know how when you get an email from a subscription list and you could hit unsubscribe? A lot of parents do, either for whatever reason, unsubscribe to our emails. Like I see it one day, like 850 emails go out, and then the next day I do, and it's like 830. So like
Yeah.
20 people unsubscribed. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But they might think
Just
it's
get-
junk
they
email.
might.
So I don't know.
yeah, is there a way, does it look
But we
like-
also hand out, before our programs end, before our winter programs end, we hand out every flyer to every kid of what's coming up. We give them a post of
wonder-
everything.
I wonder, I don't know if you can do it,
It
can you
actually
use the
s-
Woodbridge,
it
the
actually s-
emblem?
Yeah, see on this one, like it has the rec emblem when you, but see there's this unsubscribe button
Yeah,
that's on, automatically on there. I don't put that on there.
yeah. But the emblem doesn't show up on the news flash, does it?
For
This
our
Woodbridge-
website, it does,
Oh,
yeah.
it does,
No, it
okay.
does. And then for the town one, I think the town emblem shows up for
Okay,
that.
all right.
It depends on your email settings, so if you don't have like pictures on to
Oh.
download, then it won't come up because my email is like that.
I see.
Yeah,
Okay. But that's great advertising. I mean,
yeah.
the proof is these programs that you
Yeah.
just ran, that's terrific. Correspondence, any correspondence?
I left field requests in there because just wanted to let you know I'm still working with Everson on John and I met with them and we're trying to figure, he bought us 4 goals, so he's gonna send us the invoices on what he owes or doesn't owe us for the fields.
Okay, great. And you're trying to get a new program going too, right? Guitar for adults?
Oh, adult guitar, yeah, that will be after the kid's guitar. I talked to Jim today.
Yeah,
Jim,
So is
the
there any-
guitar teacher, and he
wanna
said
be
he
guitar
will,
players.
he'll run it, so 10:15, he said.
They're gonna do an adult
Yeah,
Guitar.
guitar, it's genius.
yeah. Yeah, he's
I
willing.
was gonna sing.
Jim's gonna keep singing, listen.
Gee, I thought you'd be there with a tambourine on your hip.
Take my shirt off.
I didn't take your shirt off too.
yeah, next summer, right, yeah. That's terrific. You know, ideas are brought and they're acted on right away. So Woodbridge Rec continues to grow and change
Only
as
way
the
to do
needs
it.
of the community grow and change, so that's great. And the kids' guitar is great turnout, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, filled up.
Yeah.
Get my
And we have chess.
yarn that, wait, oh, I've got it.
Oh, you have chess and chess?
We have chess,
Oh, yeah.
we have advanced chess, we have regular chess, you know, horseback riding and everything, they
Yes.
all fill right up.
Yeah, that's great.
Yes, they're all different programs.
Chess is popular.
And one of the things we have is B&B Transportation is so good to us. They're so good, we pay the price, whatever it is, but we get what we pay
My
for.
head up.
They're there and they do
No.
everything.
Yeah, that's great, that's great. Any other business?
We want to charge for a table.
If no other business, do we have next meeting is, wait, when?
Okay.
March,
I,
March.
Sorry.
I should know this before we.
Yeah, it's 28
March
days, it'll be the
24th.
same day.
It's actually the day after my birthday, yeah, March 27th. Thank you.
Oh, happy birthday, Elvis. We'll have
Unless
to do
it's
something
legal.
29
special.
again, holy cow.
We'll have to do
I'm
something
33
special.
actually.
You are at present or about? to?
Everybody in TV land hear that, he's 33, single, good looking,
Wow,
what a good job.
happy birthday, Elvis.
Thank you.
We'll
See you
have to
guys at the
celebrate.
meeting, yeah.
That's right, you'll be a
Yeah.
whole new
Yeah.
you. Okay, so on that note, do we have a motion to adjourn?
yes, second it.
All in favor? All right, it is 7:55.